Ready.
Hey, all my worthy viewers, it's me, JD Review Master, and this is Worth a View Movies. And today I'm bringing to you a new movie, or an old, but a new movie to me, and a new movie to my partner here, Rob, from the Fleming Film Show. We are talking The Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Welcome to the show, Rob. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I think you chose this movie because we did Clint Eastwood films last week.
That's right. We are talking Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil because it was one Clint Eastwood, one of the many directed movies by him I had not seen. So, what did you think of this one?
I thought it was all right, not his strongest, but I thought it was the performances that made it. I like John Cusack. I know Kevin Spacey is a shit, but he was good in it. But I think Jude Law really stole the show in his limited screen time. The film is very slow. It's beautiful looking, it's stunning, but it's just too slow. And I found out this is written by the same bloke who directed The Little Things, and I can see elements in that movie as well. And I think it basically what he does just writes really slow noir films. I'm going to give this one a 3.5-star rating.
So that's probably like a WT and a half. To see what I have to think about this movie, let's head on over to YouTube, where I'm also giving it like a WT and a half. We got to give it up for Clint Eastwood and his directing in this one and the performances for sure. It's interesting to hear about the little things because this does have some sort of noir feel to it because there is a murder in it, and it becomes this kind of courtroom drama. It doesn't start off that way at all, and then it just becomes this. To me, it was like a documentary where sometimes it starts off doing one subject and then it just gets lucky and becomes a part of this whole other subject, kind of like Icarus when it won Best Documentary a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But this movie kind of fell into something that was completely off from what it normally was. So I thought that was interesting. This is sort of a foresight maybe for Kevin Spacey having to defend himself in court. And being accused of sexual allegations with men, right? Isn't
Yeah,
that
and it's funny because his ending of the movie kind of sums up his ending in real life as well. He was let off.
Yeah, actually, I'd have to say the most powerful thing in this movie is the ending there. This movie is set in Georgia, and we have John Cusack. We should set this up here. We have John Cusack who's visiting this city to do an article on a party that is thrown by a millionaire there. And a murder happens that same night of the party. So then John Cusack ends up staying and starts doing this story on this murder. And he's actually like involved in a lot of this, like all of the law stuff. I mean, is he a lawyer too? Like, how is he able to get into like all this access? But he kind of finds his way in. Yeah, as you said, Jude Law is also in it. He is the one who dies and is the person who they are trying to figure out what happened here. I thought was a fun character was Lady Chablis. This is just kind of a random sort of Georgian
She was
character.
fantastic. She was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Sort of, John Cusack befriends her because she knows she was close with the girlfriend of the deceased. So a lot of that plays into this. This movie is definitely too long. 2 hours and 35 minutes, way too long because like the all the way up until the death is probably like an hour. And so then the next hour and a half is the courtroom and what happens? Does Kevin Spacey get off? But yeah, overall, it's definitely a good film. I wouldn't put it in my Clint Eastwood directed movies
No, neither
top
was
five.
I. All my five and are better, and I'm assuming the Bridges of Madison County is better as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we will stick with what we got, but for now, we both give it WT and a half. It's good film. It's one of my dad's, excuse me, favorites. I just remember him talking about this movie, as a kid, and he said I should watch it, and here I am watching it, and it's a damn fine film. But yeah, definitely not one of our favorite Clint Eastwoods, not one of our favorite Kevin Spacey's, I'd say,
No,
probably not one of our favorite John Cusacks.
no,
So
he's a brilliant actor. He's had much better performances than that.
Yeah. This one, it just you can tell it's a Clint Eastwood sort of movie because they only get one or two takes, But
Yeah.
it's good. I'm glad we saw it, and the month of September is for the love of Clint Eastwood, and we're still giving him some love at his 91 years of age.
Yeah, yeah, we are. We are.
Do you have
Um,
any last points about Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil?
Not really. I can't really see me having a second watch on this film for a very long time. But
Yeah,
it is visually stunning. You can't deny that.
yeah. Clint Eastwood definitely likes landscaping, sweeping views wherever it may be, even if it's sort of in a house here. But it works, and I'm glad that he was able to, explore like Georgia, another sort of area instead of just, LA and such. So that was good.
Definitely.
But yeah, great video. Where can we find you, Rob?
You can find me on Robbie Fleming on YouTube. Obviously, Justin joins me with the Fleming Film Show. Check out my robbiesreviews.co.uk. In fact, today's review was a John Cusack movie, and it was being John Malkovich.
Hey, there we go. And then you also had you've been doing a lot of older films. What was the one you just posted? Was it yesterday?
Oh, I posted Cruella yesterday.
Um, what was the day before? It was like a 70s. Oh, your top 70 films of 77?
Yeah, that's it. 76 comes out at the end of the month.
Ooh, counting down. Sounds good. All right. Well, yeah, that'll do it for this. Thanks for the crossover. Thanks for visiting again this month. As always, we always like to have you. Yeah, so check out Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. It's worth the view.